We'll kick off with John Cross in the front here.
Hello, Mikel.
Hi, John.
I was just going to ask you about the opportunity tomorrow night. What an opportunity. I mean, it's, you know, Gary Martinelli has said it's the biggest game of his life. Does it feel the same for you? What can the atmosphere bring? What an opportunity.
It does, and you sense it. You sense the energy, the enthusiasm, that is something unique. Probably one of the biggest games that the Emirates have seen since we built it. And yeah, full of energy, enthusiasm, and can't wait to play the game tomorrow.
It's incredible to think that Arsenal never won this trophy, bearing in mind the success that they've had. So what would that mean to you? And also, bearing in mind the season that you've had, just what would it mean to win the European Cup?
Yeah, especially with the circumstances that we had this season and how we have overcome a lot of issues and challenges, and the fact that the team is here as one of the 4 best teams in Europe. It tells about the mindset, the spirit, and how much we really want it. So, yeah, we are making history. It's a beautiful story right now, but we want much more.
Sam, Telegraph.
Hi, Mikel.
Hi.
We saw how the team invested so much emotional energy, and the crowd as well, into that Real Madrid game and the atmosphere here. Is it a case of just doing that again? I mean, is it that simple?
Tomorrow more, I told them, and I'm not exaggerating when I said, guys, bring your boots, bring your shorts, bring your t-shirts, and let's play every ball together. You know, you want to do something special, that place has to be something special, something that we haven't seen, and I really hope that everybody that comes tomorrow to the Emirates and everybody's watching and following us, it brings that energy with them.
Dave, Guardian.
Do you feel the weight of history? Arsenal obviously never won this tournament, and it's only the 3rd semi-final. Is that sort of a big part of this?
You feel it, especially because we have, fortunately, a lot of people that has worked at the club for many, many, many years, and they've never been in this position. You know, so that tells you how unique and beautiful it is. And yeah, it's the nicest competition for any European club. We never done it, so we need to earn the right to be in that final, and everything is going to start tomorrow.
And in terms of PSG, they've been absolutely excellent all season, but certainly since the turn of the year. And yet Villa showed that maybe they can be vulnerable. I mean, do you take anything from what Villa did in that second leg?
Yeah, obviously you learn a lot from every game. Is different. I think the context and results from both games are very, very different. The same with Liverpool. But yeah, what I take as well, a lot of things from the game that we played here. You know, and we understand how strong they are as a team, the individuals that they have. But we have the same. So when you get to this stage, I think the margins and the difference between the 2 teams is not big. And is the mindset, is the attitude, and how we're going to play the game tomorrow.
Alex from TNT.
Mikel, for a lot of the Arsenal fans, the atmosphere in the Emirates for the Real Madrid game was probably the greatest they felt at the Emirates, let alone maybe ever at the club. Would you say the connection between the team and the fans is the strongest it's ever been since you were here as a player and your 5 years as manager?
Yes. I think since I experienced and I was part of this as a player, 100%, and hopefully it will be much better because it's very improvable still. And yeah, building your own story and having the experiences that we had lately together, I think it's going to make that relationship and that connection even stronger. And tomorrow we have a massive opportunity as well, as a club, as supporters, to demonstrate who we are and how far we still want to get together.
Go to John from the BBC. John Murray.
Mikel, in that second half at Villa Park, Luis Enrique said that no other team had dominated PSG like they did, but they had to take risks at the time. So tell us a little bit about how you are brave against this team.
Well, I think you've seen it firsthand, the way we approach the game against Real Madrid, the way we approach the game when we played them before, the way we approach every week. That's not going to change. That's who we are, is our biggest strength. And the good thing as well about us is that we are able to adapt to very different contexts. And we have shown that again this season, because sometimes you don't want to, but the teams are able to take you to a different game and feeling comfortable playing that game and overcoming that game to put yourself in a position that you play more the game that you want is a big strength. And I think this season, again, we have demonstrated that we have the capacity to do that.
And obviously, second leg, you have to go to the Parc des Princes, which is a daunting prospect. However, What do you take from having gone to the Bernabeu and finished the job?
Well, I think going to the Bernabeu, I think is probably the biggest test that you can have as a European team because of the history, because of the very recent history and a lot of the things that happened there. And I think we managed that game really, really well. And I think that brings confidence and experience to a team that most of us, we never had before.
Ian from TalkSport.
Hi, Mikel, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Declan Rice, man of the match in both games against Real Madrid. Has £100 million ever been spent more wisely on a player than you spent on him?
Hopefully when we win a lot of trophies together, we can justify that to ownership and everybody's happy. You know, we are extremely happy to have him. I think, again, he's made a few strides forwards to play with that presence, that determination, and actually to influence the game the way he did in both legs. Really impressive, and we knew that. I think the individuals have to step in these moments. It's a game for players and a game for big players to stand out and make the difference in the game.
And the greatest modern-day manager before you, of course, to manage this club, Arsene Wenger, had one shot at winning this trophy against Barcelona in the final. And what would it mean to you to have a shot at bringing home a trophy this club's never brought home before?
Incredible opportunity. I mean, we are here to make people happy, to create history, and we are very close. And now we have to take the opportunity and make it happen.
James from Sky Sports.
Mikel, considering the journey that you've been on with this club, and there has been some really dark days at times, how much pride do you take in the fact you're going to lead Arsenal into a Champions League semi-final? And did you always believe you could take Arsenal to this stage?
I hoped and I dreamed and I put all my work, effort and the support of a lot of people around the club to achieve it. But those days were necessary. I mean, to a journey to have sense and to achieve what you want to do, you have to learn and you have to go through certain periods to enjoy certain others. And this is where we are right now. And now we have to make the next step.
No Thomas Partey tomorrow. How much of a boost was it to have Mikel Merino back in training? And can you provide an update when it comes to Calafiori as well, and Ben White back in training today?
Yeah,
as well?
Mikel and Ben. So obviously we know that we lost Thomas, unfortunately, very late in the game against Real Madrid. And Ben and Mikel, they were able to train. Let's see if they are able to start tomorrow. And Ricky is still not fit.